Now, the Central Bank of Nigeria is set to launch the pilot scheme of its digital currency by October 1st, 2021. Apex Bank arrived at this resolution on Thursday, where its stakeholders outlined a digital currency initiative. In June, the CBN announced plans to launch its own digital currency before the close of the year. It said about 80% of central banks globally are currently exploring the possibility of issuing their central bank digital currency, and Nigeria could not be left behind. Financial market instructor Mayowa Owolabi joins us now to discuss this initiative and the future of digital money. Mayowa, it's good to have you with us on Newsday.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, for the benefit of the viewers, what exactly is digital money?
Okay, thank you so much for having me one more time. I think people need to understand that digital money is the future of money. And it's actually a virtual or a digital form of money. And this is long overdue. Now, people need to understand that every 100 years, money changes its form. From the history of money, we started from trade by barter. Before we went into coin, we went into cowrie. Right now, Naira and US dollar has long overstayed, and the future has to come. Now, every time this is to be changed, there's also ought to be a disruption for people to be slow in adopting and accepting it. But the reality is, it has come to stay. So we have all of this, and people need to begin to prepare that it is also going to last for another 100 depending on how it is. Another disruption will come to take us to the next phase. So right now, we need to be ready because that's the future.
One of the things you say is that we need to be ready. Do you think Nigerians are ready to sort of embrace this digital currency?
I will tell you right here that Nigerians are ready. But one of the things that will make us know that they are ready is also the adoption, the acceptability. And one of the things, a lot of us that already have the experience is we've chosen to give out enough knowledge that will let us and let Nigerians begin to accept it. Okay, the other time I was interviewed by one of the national papers, I said, banning cryptocurrency is not the way forward for Nigerians. And people need to know that it was not even banned. It was actually the exchanges that was banned from doing transaction. Because the digital currency is what every country has adopted, the likes of Australia, the Australian country, the Switzerland, all of them are beginning to position using the blockchain to solve challenges, real estate challenges, documentation data, citizen data challenges, and a lot. And that's the way forward.
You know, digital money is still, within our own sphere, still a new development, as it were. So right. Let's talk about the CBN. It's set to launch its own digital currency by October 1st, after much opposition to the digital currency. Why the U-turn for the Apex Bank? I know you already alluded to that scenario earlier, but can you reflect more on that?
Now, we've not seen the model because one of the things that helps digital currency is called the white paper. The white paper has the full documentation of how it's going to be deployed, when it's going to be deployed, which is the only thing we only have access to. And the indices that will back up the currency. The same way our government backs up Naira, there are factors that need to back up the digital currency. We're yet to see that. However, declaring the dates at least is the first step. So I tell people, let's wait for the full detail of what they want to really push out before we now say we are ready to really go digital.
But do you think we should actually have done this sooner, especially when you take into consideration some of those countries that you mentioned? You mentioned Switzerland, and I also have a list here: Japan, South Korea, Russia, and even Ghana. To mention a few. So, I mean, if all of these countries have done it, surely Nigeria can do it, regardless of some of the difficulties or the things that they have to put in place to be able to sort of come up with this digital currency. If other countries can do it, I think, why not Nigeria? So what do you think is the situation? Do you think we should have had it earlier? And what do you think is keeping us from actually implementing it sooner rather than later?
Well, I will say right here that we should have had it early enough. But, one of the things that makes decision taking is just the people at the top need to accept the reality. So I think we're slow at the top of accepting the reality of the possibilities. Until we saw other countries delivering, then we now begin to say, okay, it is possible. However, it is never too late. So it's still a good time for us. And we all know that October is also our year, independent year, so that it's a good rhyme. But before we even get to that, let's see, we need to see the indices, we need to see the papers, we need to see things that will let us know that this is really going to fly. Because it's not just, currencies are not, when it comes to digital currencies, they are not developed based on research. They are developed more on a lot of indices, governmental factors, economic factors, a lot of factors that need to have been attended to, and also which will aid the transfer, the usabilities that will make it stable.
Still talking about the indices that will form the foundation of making it usable. Let's talk about the legality aspect. Is making money online legitimate? And if yes, what are the ways to make money online, you think?
Number one is legitimate. People need to accept that. Back then we were slow to even accepting phone. Remember when we were using the box phone? And the same thing with online money. See, it's the future. And we need to begin to position ourselves into it. There are several systems that has come to stay. Even services, we have platforms that all you need to do without meeting the person, you get the job, you deliver the job, and you get paid. And this has even helped a lot of youths to be able to work instead of them going to apply. And they can even scale up by doing 2-3 jobs at the same time and delivering. So digital business, digital money is actually the way forward. I don't need to see you. I could make a purchase. I could use Bitcoin. I could use Ethereum. I could use any of the means that are available. And see, it's not even just that alone. It's that we've actually been using digital money. For me to transfer money to you, without me seeing you, is digital money. Internet banking is digital money. But we just need to put in the real thing that makes it digital itself as a form. So I can tell you right here that it's legit, and there are several ways to also make money now.
Okay, that's good and interesting. So how does this all tie in with the financial markets? Is there any correlation, and what sort of impact is it likely to have on Nigeria? Because one of the things I think you mentioned earlier, you were sort of giving the advantages of having this currency, but you didn't elaborate a little bit. So I'd like you to do that a little bit more now.
Now, the reaction is that it's going to help unemployment first. Because as it were right now, people are out of jobs. People are out of school. They need jobs. For the first level, I feel unemployment is going to be sorted. People can get jobs online. People can begin to render services without seeing. I have students all over the world. I have free trainings that people all over the world attend. And this helps a lot of people to get advantage, to leverage on this. Because until we accept that it is possible, we'll not begin to look at that area. But I'm here to let people know that it's possible, it's legitimate, it's real, and a lot of people are already leveraging on it. So we need to wake up and take what we need to do.
So you didn't actually say with regards to the financial market, how does it tie in?
Tie with the financial. No, so for the financial market, I'll tell people that is one, we have several assets. Number one, we have the forex trading. Number two, we have the digital currency, which is the cryptocurrency. Number three, we have stocks, bonds. And this is actually the future. I was sharing with someone yesterday, Warren Buffett never became the biggest man and richest man in the world by just reading books or going to work. He started purchasing digital shares of the likes of big brands. And that made him very big. So if you begin to study those who have become successful, who has become wealthy, one of the major ways they make money is through the financial market. So for example, I could choose to buy, exchange my Naira for dollar, and I could hold it for some time and see some good rates on it, and I could sell it off. I could choose to buy pounds, I could choose to buy any of this currency, and I could even choose to buy Bitcoin. Now, statistics says that if you have bought Bitcoin over 10 years ago, right now you would have made over 200,000%. And that is one of the highest asset that has given us the most profitable return in mankind. And we cannot be slow to it. 5 years, 10 years, it's not going to be the same. So that's my recommendation, because that's the future. So as you are harnessing digital money, we need to begin to position ourselves in the forex market, in the cryptocurrency market. We need to ask questions. And the first thing where anybody, a layman, should start from is, what is digital currency? What is forex? What is? I was sharing with some people, I said, it's high time you don't even need to keep your money in local currency. You could start saving in your domiciliary account. It's better off for you than putting a lot of naira in your account, and inflations maybe once in a while could go up and come down. But you could have a stabilized income and stabilized savings because you are saving in other currencies. So for me, I recommend Forex, I recommend cryptocurrency, but you need to get the knowledge because that is where we are going. And it will definitely come, and it has come to stay.
Indeed, the prospects must be huge, as you elaborated. Now, let's talk about specifics here. What are current innovations in the digital money space, and how can Nigerians key into that innovation?
I think right now people need to first accept that they are ready. One of my mentors told me that the day you start is different from the day you decide. It's two things exactly. So I could start and not decide, but the day we decide, then we are ready. So one of the things I was sharing with one of the people I mentor, my proteges, was that for the next 5 years, can you start saving 1,000 naira every single month for the next 5 years? And after 5 years, see the projection you have in the digital currency. Because it's asset. What is wealth? What is what you have in abundance, either in financial or either in physical asset. So when it comes to financial asset, what exactly do you have? So let's say 5 years I've been saving 1,000 naira for the past 5 years. Right now, 5 years ago, Bitcoin was $550. Today is over $34,000. 5 years ago, if you've been saving $1,000, it's not going to be the same thing. But we feel, and you know this mentality of get rich quick, you know, just and all of that. But when you really want to become wealthy, the first thing is get the knowledge and begin to implement it by identifying where you can put your money in and how you can navigate your money, especially either in the cryptocurrency market or in the Forex market.
All right, then. Thanks very much. It's been wonderful hearing from you regarding digital markets and digital currency. Mayowa Owolabi, financial market instructor. Thanks very much.
Thanks so much for having me.